beauty, cancer, and inspiration. Here is your co-founder and host, Kim Becker.
Hello, gorgeous, and thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Kim Becker, and this is Hello, Gorgeous, everything beauty, cancer, and inspiration on Society Bites Radio, social interaction for the mind and soul. Our guest today is Trisha Greenlee. Trisha is the Director of Operations at Hello, Gorgeous, a nonprofit who is restoring the beauty that cancer steals. Surprise head-to-toe makeovers to women battling all cancers. She's supported by her loving family, her husband, Dan, her daughter, Brianna, and Peyton Michael, who is 17 months old. Trisha, thank you for joining us today.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. People don't know, but you're sitting right next to me today.
I know, and I'm her sister.
Yes, you are. So I thought that this would be great to sit and discuss. There was a picture up on Facebook last week that Sandy's Hair Design in South Bend, Indiana, was our very first affiliate salon, and they were certified 9 years ago on August the 10th, and so it's actually that next year is the 10-year anniversary of the Salon Affiliate Program, which I can't believe. And so I thought today that we could just sit and talk a little bit about the Salon Affiliate Program and why we developed it and the importance of what the Salon Affiliate Program, why that's so important for salons to be able to be a part of that.
Absolutely. It's crazy cool that it's been 10 years.
I know, 10 years. And that and Sandy's was the one, so she made it 8 years. And so she was the longest.
Yeah.
But we still have some of them, obviously, that started after her, that many of our original salon affiliates are still part of the program.
Absolutely. They're amazing.
Yes, they are. So because we want to talk about the affiliate program, I thought we'd first start with how it started.
Right.
And so we got the bus in 2009, I think, 10 years ago, we got the bus and we decided to go on a tour. So we grabbed Seth and packed him up into the Mobile Day Spa and toured Indiana. We teamed up with Simon Properties and we were working on having these surprise makeovers. And while we were on that tour, we realized that there was no way that Mike and I and Seth, as passionate as we were about the project, that we could get to all the women that needed help.
Right.
In 2017, more than 800,000 women were diagnosed with cancer. And we just couldn't get to everybody. But I knew that I needed an army, and I knew I needed an army that had hearts as big as what I had.
Right.
And I thought the hairdressing community was the place to go. So on that tour, I remember sitting in a hotel room, having these index cards laid out all over the bed. And I was trying to figure out exactly how we could make this work. Like, what did an affiliate program look like? Right. What did a certification look like? And if we did a certification, what needed to be included in that certification? So what we found early on in the program is that we were never taught this in beauty school. And all of this information it's come to us because of these makeovers that we've given on women, to women.
For sure.
And many times in the beginning, as you know, when we went to offer one of these day of beauty to a woman battling cancer, they'd reject it.
Right.
They'd tell us no. And when we would ask why, they said, well, my doctor said that I shouldn't have a pedicure or manicure right now during treatment. And I looked at her and I said, okay, well, why is he telling you can't have that? And the response was, well, I don't know.
I don't know.
He just told me I can't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So after hearing that response over and over again, I went to the nurses, the oncology nurses, and said, look, what's happening here? And even the doctors, I said, this is when these women need to be pampered. This is when they need human touch. Mm-hmm. Why are you telling them that they can't have these services? And so they told me that, the risk of infection or the risk of, a fungus or something along those lines is too high, and that the risk was too high to these women and they just shouldn't participate. So we went in, and everything that they told me that would be a possible risk, we went and we combated that.
That's right. You can't.
So that's right. So we went through and we put some things into play. Mm-hmm. But again, it wasn't enough just keeping it to ourselves. Mm-hmm. So when we originally started Hello Gorgeous, we put that into action ourselves. And now we thought we need to take what we've put into action and keeping these women safe, and we need to teach it to the masses so that these other salons and other beauty professionals, that they can make sure that they're protecting these women at the same level that we are. So that's kind of how the affiliate program got started. So tell me a little bit about why you think that the affiliate program is important.
Well, for sure. I mean, she's going through this journey of a life that she didn't ask for. She did not wasn't expecting. And for her to not be able to go to a salon or a spa to receive these services, she needs to be able to have that break. That needs to be some self-care that she can have and take 45 minutes and go get a pedicure or a manicure, or certainly a facial. And so it's really important that the salons that, and God love the ones that work with us, they know your expectation and they're grateful for what we put into place to keep them safe. But these ladies deserve to have that.
Well, and you touched on self-care. It's so funny. I always go back to, if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be good to anybody else. And even so much when you're on an airplane, right? And they tell you that if the cabin pressure is lost, that the oxygen mask will fall from above, and you're to administer the oxygen to yourself first before you help other people in that row, or even people that you are traveling with their own oxygen. So I always think back on that. We have to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
We have to be caring for ourselves, because if we don't, we're going to run out of juice, and we can't give to anybody else if we don't have what we need inside of us to give.
Right.
So especially when you're going through a time like that cancer treatment time, you really need to do that. You need to take care of that self.
And most women in general
don't.
They will put everyone else first, and then they take what's left.
Well, and that's why when Mike and I designed this program, we designed it that it has to be a surprise.
Yes.
She cannot know. If you were to tell a woman that you nominated her for a day of beauty and that she was chosen, and you would try and plan it, the first thing she would say is, oh, I don't need it. There's somebody that's worse than I am. I mean, we've had women with stage 4 pancreatic cancer that will say, I'm not, there's somebody that needs this worse than I do. Yeah. It's amazing how they'll put others first. They'll say, take my mom and let her enjoy this day of beauty because she's had to take me to all my chemo treatments. Take my daughter and pamper my daughter for the day because my daughter's had to watch me go through this.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's amazing that, and I'm grateful that women are as selfless as they are, but that's why they really do need this.
That's right.
And then once they have this day of beauty, the response we get is, I didn't know that I needed that.
Didn't know I needed that. We have heard that countless times.
We heard that countless times. You're right, that they just didn't realize that they needed it. But we've got to keep it a surprise, because otherwise they'll give it off to somebody else. I think the other thing that I found about the affiliate program, it doesn't matter whether we ourselves lay our hands on these women and do the makeover, or whether they actually go to an affiliate salon and have the makeover done there, that the outcome is exactly the same. These women receive the education that they need, and they're empowered to continue on their journey, whatever that journey looks like. They get what they need, and it always comes at the right time. Mickey, our life coach, has always said everything is in divine order.
Yes.
There have been times where actually we were in San Antonio at a Salons by JC location, and we were getting ready we certified them in their makeover for the next day. She became ill.
That's right.
And it's not only that it's not for her, but for us, she was contagious. And so there was no way that we were able to do the makeover on her. And we had less than 18 hours to find another candidate. And we found another candidate who just happened to be out of the hospital. Her treatment was brutal. She was in the hospital for 3 weeks, and then was out of the hospital for a week, and then back in the hospital for 3 weeks. And we happened to catch her on the week that she was out of the hospital. And that's what she needed.
Right.
She needed that pick-me-up. So we never get geeked up if something happens or cancels, or, people worry about it being a surprise. And, my line is always lie, cheat, steal, do whatever you need to do to get her to that salon so that we have the opportunity to pamper her.
For sure.
So I would like to walk through a little bit, people that haven't heard about the affiliate program or don't understand, when we go in and we certify a salon, we don't teach these salons how to do a pedicure and a manicure because they already know how to do that.
That's right. They are professional salons that are completely established.
And they have to be licensed professionals.
Yes, they do.
In order to take part in this.
Yes.
So,
and it's an application process.
That's
Not
right.
every salon gets in.
Not every salon gets in, and they do have to fill out an application. They have to be willing to participate at the level we need them to participate in. But it's not only that we just perform a pedicure and a manicure. We teach them how to perform a pedicure and a manicure and a facial on a woman battling cancer.
Right. But that's the program that you and Mike created. Like you said, when you sat down to design the program, knowing that you and I could not touch all the women in the world who need us, you were able to state, this is what the doctor said. I'm going to take this precaution. So, for example, our manicures, we have a manicure bowl with disposable liners that every single gorgeous woman, they have a different disposable liner before their hands are submerged in that bowl. It's the same thing with the pedicure bath. Every pedicure bath has a disposable liner to keep that woman with that compromised immune system safe. You also made it really clear everything, for the most part, has got to be disposable for these ladies. So every single gorgeous woman receives all of her disposable items. Everything, my gosh, from disposable face wash cloths to her own pumice stone, to her own emery board, to her own orange wood stick, her own nail polish. You really set the structure for us to be able to take what we can precaution wise and just make it the safest way that we can for these services for her.
Well, and let's go back even to the fingernail polish. Like, I couldn't get anybody to tell me that if I used a polish on someone that maybe had a bacteria infection, that there was enough toluene and alcohol inside that bottle to kill that bacteria, that it wouldn't be transferable to the next person that I polished their nails.
Right.
Now, if you have a healthy immune system and it was a minute amount,
Totally
you would be fine.
That's right.
But if you've got someone with a compromised immune system, they may not be able to fight that bacteria infection. And so I can't, because I couldn't get anybody to tell me that, she gets a brand new bottle of base coat and top coat. She gets a brand new bottle of nail polish, and then all that product is given to her to take home so that she can use it the next day. Let's back up and talk a little bit about the facial.
Okay.
And so we use a specialized product. Actually, if you go to our very first episode, my interview with Natalie Boss, who is the founder of KPS Essentials, we are even trying to make sure that the products that we use are the best products that we can get for these women battling cancer. So talk to us a little bit about the facial and the products that we use during the facial during a Hello Gorgeous makeover.
Sure. So the products that we use are KPS Essentials. It is a amazing organic skincare line. It is food grade based and just extremely nourishing for the skin, especially during treatment. Most ladies are completely dehydrated. So this skincare is just fantastic to be able to rehydrate your skin. So the process is about 45 minutes for the facial. Again, everything we use is disposable. So we do make sure for safety, the headband we use on her is disposable. And then the esthetician, whoever is doing the facial, the process is this beautiful cleansing with an aroma cleansing oil. And then we do have a wonderful scrub that's used on our gals, which is extremely gentle. Everything we do in the Hello Gorgeous program and realm for our services is very, it's specialized to her needs. So there's never going to be any aggressive scrubbing or anything that could irritate her skin. And then it goes on to just some really enjoyable, just soft manipulations, massaging her skin. And we normally go just about under the chin. We never go to the décolleté in case there's a port. So we do take that into precaution. And then a beautiful mask that goes on. And actually then as the mask comes off and the compress goes on, you actually smell, it's a cacao mask. And so you smell this amazing chocolate. It's to die for. And so it's really nice that it's relaxing, it's peaceful. And to this point, we have had no reactions, which is really, really exciting. And I love the fact that our gorgeous women are able to feel their skin, and their skin just feels so refreshed and so renewed, and with a product that is really healthy for them. So not only do they receive that facial, but then KPS donates product to them that they get to have a 30-day supply of KPS skincare to take home with them. So she gets to reproduce the majority of that the very next day.
Well, and what I love what KPS has done for us too, it's a very simple facial, but effective. What I had said is that we take everything into account. When we do the Hello Gorgeous makeover, it's no longer than 4 hours, and that includes the reveal party afterwards.
Correct.
She's got, again, a compromised immune system, but also there's fatigue involved because of the chemotherapy or the radiation, whatever that is. And so we make sure that everything is timely and that we're taking her, we're taking everything into account. But also it's that, when you've got someone that's dealing with radiation appointments and chemo appointments,